Hello everybody, hope you're well. I'm feeling just a teensy-wincy bit better than I was, which is really not much progress at all yet again. But never mind, it's better than nothing. But I've been doing a lot of thinking, a lot of meditating, a lot of work on myself this weekend. And I've come to a realization as well, very recently, this morning actually, that amongst spiritual people, spiritually awakening people, there isn't a lot, we don't talk a lot about parenting. There is a little bit, correct me if I'm wrong, there is a little bit, but it's very general, and I'd like to think that I'm not alone in the fact that I have at least one child with problems, and that's affecting the whole family. And also I'm a single parent, so extremely difficult. As a truther at the same time, I haven't got a lot of friends, and I'm getting some moral support from one of my friends, and she's great and everything. She does what she can for me, and giving me advice in that sort of, how would you say, sort of conformist, normal advice, if you like. I can't even think of the word. I wanted to use another word, but I can't remember what it is. And then on the other hand, you've got someone else who is the ex-stepdad of my daughters and the father of my son, who really is very absent. And I'm a little disappointed with that. A lot. But I'm trying to accept that now. I'm trying to accept the fact that he won't help me as much as I'd like him to. He will be there every now and again on the phone, but not every time. He will pick up every now and again, and that's about where it ends. And he will say, well, what do you want me to do? And yes, I do support you, but what do you want me to do? Like, well, and I can't really answer that question, because it's like, I know what I want you to do, you won't do it, so there's no point in asking. But yeah, so I try to turn to my own spirituality, my own lessons learned. But I don't know about you guys, but I find that very difficult to apply to my kids, because for one, they are kids and they are mine. And some of the lessons learned would tell me to sort of let it be, let it flow, and follow your heart and everything. And my heart tells me, there's nothing you can do here, just let it go. But you must help her, and let it go, but you must help her. And it's just like, I just don't seem to be able to get the message from my heart. This is way too close to home, and I know I'm supposed to learn from this. I know. Those are the two big themes in my life. One of them is my ex-husband, who has taught me a lot, despite himself. And actually, if my eldest daughter has a huge problem, I have learnt that it is majoritarily, not uniquely and solely, but majoritarily his fault. He is the biggest source of these problems. And so yeah, indirectly he's contributing to my growth as well. But I just don't feel I'm growing. I don't feel I'm getting anywhere. I feel that I'm useless. I'm really seriously thinking of turning to a professional now, and that is so against what I believe in and what I feel is right and everything. But I just don't know what else to do. I don't know, and I cannot leave it like this, because I said, it's my children. I have a responsibility towards them, and nobody in the spiritual community seems to be talking about when you have problems with your children, real problems, I mean, and when you're on your own, and how to deal with that. And it's all very well when you're just like, two parents, two kids, or whatever, but that's not everybody. And when you've got a child, I know there's a lot more autism in children these days as well, and I'm sure there's loads of people with autism, and there's probably quite a few single parents as well out there, and I don't know. I just don't feel that I'm getting help from anywhere, and I know I'm getting the impression I have to figure this out on my own, but I feel an awful lot of pressure to do that, because I can see my children suffering, and not just my eldest, because it's affecting us all. And you know, it's just a pity that nobody has really thought about the children who have difficulties, you know, not just autism, because I don't think it is autism in my child. I think it's just, you know, she's emotionally disturbed. And I know that's nothing compared to autism, but for me it's huge, you know, because I've been trying for 6 weeks, and it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back. And I think perhaps I could have gotten there on my own had I had perhaps a husband or a partner, a real father to my children, and I don't have that. I am mum and dad to my daughters, and I do my best, and I really don't want to have to go to a professional. I really don't want to, and I know, and it's so frustrating, I know I could deal with this if I wasn't alone, and that's what's so freaking frustrating, you know. And that's where I am right now. So I guess this video is as well a shout out to all those parents, all those spiritually awakening parents, all those who have had children with problems, all those single parents as well. And especially, you know, it's even if I only had one child and that child had problems, I could deal with that. But it's the fact that I'm alone, and I have 3 children. Okay, every other week I don't have my son, so that's a little bit better, but still, you know. And I tried turning to spirituality and to all this wisdom to help me, and so far in vain. And yeah, I guess this is kind of somewhere between a rant and a cry for help. Because as I said, I really do not want to go see a psychiatrist, a child psychiatrist. You know, I mean, it's true that I get my 8-year-old daughter to sleep. Now it's got to the point where it's between 11 and midnight, and we have to get out at 6:30 in the morning to get to school. So, you know, I get desperate. You know, I'm feeling desperate, and that's not helping. And I'm trying, as I said, I'm meditating, I'm doing chakra work, I'm trying on this one. And I really don't like the idea of going to see a professional. I'm sure they won't put her on drugs, or at least I hope they won't, because here in France they don't do that. They're pretty good with that. They're more into talking and observing, and even different exercises you can do, whether it be breathing exercises or other things, for children. They're not as drugged up as the French are. The French take more medicine and drugs and pharmaceuticals than any other country in Europe. They are just junkies. They are pharmaceutical junkies in France. But ironically and thankfully, not for the kids. But still, I'm not sure in her case if they won't actually give her something, because as I said, you know, she's not sleeping, and sometimes it really is horrendous, dramatic, and I do stay calm. I can't believe how calm I stay with her. But it's getting to be more than I can bear. So yeah. I guess I had to get that off my chest and take a risk here in sharing a bit of my personal life, which I don't do anymore very much, but I would so love it if there was someone out there who could give me more advice of how to do this on my own. Could I clone myself? What do I do? What do I do? What I do? What my daughter needs, what all my children need, really. And it's nothing against single parents, but mine in particular, my three, they do need two parents. They need it because they need so much love and attention and structure, and as I said, it's more than I can handle. Yeah, I think I'll shut up now. I don't know what else to say without going into more details on what's wrong with my daughters, and I don't really want to do that because I don't think that that's going to do anything, and I don't think it's necessary. I just want to put it out there that I've got something that I can't handle now. And I thought it was on track. And I know I know in my heart of hearts that the solution to this is kind of what I wanted to do when I decided to take my daughters back from their dad. Well, from their grandmother, because he wanted to get rid of them onto his mother, and I said no, they're coming back with me. And I made a decision then to rebuild my family, to put my family back together. To do what I could to bring all five of us back under the same roof. And I really believed in it, and I really thought it was possible. And because often my daughter would play up also to bring my man home from work early and things, it's ever so complicated. But now I still believe in this idea of bringing my whole family back together under one roof, rebuilding my family. But it's just 1,000 times more difficult than I imagined. Because as well, another thing in this, it's all very well trying to manifest that, but I cannot go against the free will of someone else. And my man, I don't even call my man anymore, he is so absent in my life right now, and that is through his own choice. And, he doesn't actually say why. I think it's because my daughters are back. I don't know. He just doesn't seem, and yet he doesn't want to break up, He doesn't want us to break up. He refuses to break up. And yet he's not that, so I don't really know what he is anymore. And the best laid plans of men, I just feel like I'm going around in circles, and this inevitability that I'm going to have to go to a professional for my daughter. It sucks. Life's a bitch sometimes, isn't it? It's a gift, but sometimes it's hard. Anyway, I don't even know why I'm sharing this with you, but you can take it as a sign of trust and a sign of love. Now I'm putting this out there, and I really do need to, because as I said in my last video, I feel just isolated in all of this, isolated with my problems. And the solution seems to be that I rely on other people, and you can't do that in life. You've got to be independent, and yet you can't be independent. It's just that. I'm just gonna shut up now, Caleb. I'm still gonna upload this. Anyway, thank you for listening if you've listened, and I love you very much. Onwards and upwards, I guess.